Hello, and welcome back to the At-Home Educator Podcast. Hello, everyone. It is Brittany here again, and this week I have another episode where me and you just sit, we chat, we talk about something that's important that will help you as a teacher and that I hope you enjoy. So let's go ahead and dive in. Actually, before we dive in, I want to say thank you so much for continuing to listen, of course, and for coming back. This is episode 12 of the podcast, so we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. It's been quite a while, and I am still loving this, and I hope that you all are still loving this, and please let me know your thoughts. You can comment, send me a message, whatever works for you. I would love to know what you're thinking. I would love to know what you'd like to hear about. All of that good stuff. Okay, so now let's really dive into what today's episode is about. And before I just come out and tell you, I wanted to talk about how I stumbled upon this. So this week, last week actually, I posted the podcast about my April numbers, so how I did in April. And a lot of people at the beginning of the month post about their numbers, so like how much they made, how many classes they taught, all of that good, wonderful statistical stuff. And a lot of people I saw commenting on either my post or other people's posts, and they were like, yeah, I love this job, I made this much money, but it's still not profitable. And I was like, what do you mean it's still not profitable? Like, what are you talking about? It's a job. You're making money, right? So you should be making a profit. And of course, I know how profit works. You have to be bringing in more money than you're spending and all of that good stuff. So I put two and two together, and I realized that these new teachers were talking about the fact that they were spending money on resources for their classroom and supplies for their classroom. And I was like, what? Like, how are you spending that much money? There are so many free things out there. And so today I thought it would be helpful if I shared with you 5 free, boop, 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 flashing lights around that word, free places where you can get resources. Most of these are free. There is one that is not all the way free, but a lot of the stuff on it is free. So hopefully these are things that you can check out, and these are things that you can start using, and they will help you start to become profitable because, you know, this is a job. We shouldn't be going broke from it. We should be making money from it. So stick around, and I will be sharing with you my 5 top free teacher resources for VIPKid. All right, so the first resource that I want to talk with you all about is Google Drive. So if you have not been living under a rock for the past 20, 30 years, you probably know what Google is. Google is, you know, the search engine company, the email company, the everything company, and they have a wonderful tool called Google Drive. And basically, if you have a Gmail account, you can access Google Drive, and it has kind of its own version of like a PowerPoint software, an Excel sheet software, and like kind of like a Microsoft Word software. Obviously, it's not by Microsoft, but they do the same things. So it's as if you are using those Microsoft products. And these tools are great for making your own resources, right? Coming from your own head. They're free. All they cost is your time. So, like I said, this basically gives you access to PowerPoint, Excel, and a Word document. And those are really the only 3 things you need for making resources. With PowerPoint, you can create rewards or props to go along with your lessons that you can pull up on a tablet or on your phone. With Excel, you can create sheets that kind of track your data if you're good with that kind of stuff. If not, then Excel probably won't be too useful to you. It's called Google Sheets, and the PowerPoint software that they have is called Google Slides. So we have Google Slides, Google Sheets, and then we have Google Docs, which is basically their Word document software. And that's pretty self-explanatory. You can use that to type stuff up, lesson notes, student notes, whatever you need typed, and you can print it out from there. Another thing that's great about the Google Drive tools is that you can save them all to your Google account. So that means you can access them from any computer. And if you're like me and you have about 10 different computers that you use, because you have like an old computer, a new computer, a computer that is a desktop, your phone, a tablet, an iPad, all those fun things, that's great, because that means that whatever you have in front of you, you can work on what you've been working on. So say, for instance, you're creating lesson notes on a Word document, and you were doing it on your computer that's in your classroom, but now you are, waiting at the nail salon to get your nails done, and you're on your phone. You can pull it up on your phone, and you can edit it on your phone. So it's perfect for keeping all your stuff in one place and keeping it accessible from wherever you are. Like I said, this is a free resource. So all you need to do is sign up for a Gmail account, which most of us probably already have. It's an email account, so it would be like your username, whatever, at gmail.com. If you have one of those, then you can access Google Drive. If you don't, then it's free to create. I will leave a link in the description to the sign up page so that you can easily just go and create an account if you need to. And once you have your account, then you just go to the Google homepage, google.com, and sign in to your Google account. And then in the top right hand corner, there is the Google Apps icon. It is like a little box that's made out of 9 smaller boxes. And if you click on that, it will drop down with a bunch of apps, and there's one that says Drive. You just click Drive, and then you are free to start creating your own resources and keeping track of everything. I will give you one tip for using this. You should keep everything organized within your Google Drive. So create folders that make sense, create files that make sense, and name them accordingly so that then you don't lose track of them and all that crazy stuff. And so that you can see everything that you have. So for instance, I have my Teachers Pay Teachers resources in a file. I have my lesson notes in a file. I have my props in a file, so that then if I'm looking for something to work on, I know exactly where to go and where I will find it. So definitely keep that straight. It's the same thing as if you were just editing them on your computer using like Microsoft PowerPoint or Microsoft Word. You want to save them in files that make sense so you can find them, obviously. Common sense, right? And this is free. So make sure that if you are not already taking advantage of that resource, that you start, and that you start creating your own resources. It's great as kind of like, even if you're not good at using that software, as kind of like an exploratory mission. So you can kind of test your skills, learn new things, create new things, and I promise you, you'll be more proud of yourself than you think for creating things that you get to use in your own classroom. So definitely check that out. That is the first free resource, and that is Google Drive. All right, so speaking of Google Drive and speaking of Google Slides, my second free resource that I have to recommend to you is the Google Slides Facebook page. And I did an interview, a whole episode on the Google Slides Facebook page with the founder of the page, Megan Locke. So I will link that episode in the description as well. Definitely go check that out. She's a wonderful lady, and she is so smart and so helpful and so nice. And it was great to learn about all of the background of this great resource from her. But today I'm just sharing with you how to use it. So the Google Slides Facebook page is a Facebook page, obviously. It's a Facebook group that you can join, and it basically gives you access to Google Slides rewards, the Google Slides planner, and some other goodies that I feel like a lot of people might not know about. So Google Slides rewards, if you have never heard about them, they are digital rewards that you can use in class on like a tablet or a cell phone. They are made on the Google Slides platform, which is part of Google Drive. And it basically is a PowerPoint presentation that you use as a reward. There are Find a Star rewards, there are Teacher versus Student rewards, there are Scavenger Hunt rewards, pretty much anything you can think of. So if you have a student who likes something obscure, like, I don't know, some like Transformers or, some Chinese cartoon. If you can think of it, it's probably in the Google Slides resources. So they will probably have a reward for you, and those are completely free to access. So that's definitely a great thing to check out. Another thing that joining that Facebook group gives you access to is the Google Slides Planner. And this is the newer part of the Google Slides Facebook group. It's not brand new. It's been out for a while, and they have been, giving it to their group members for a while, but it is the Google Slides Planner, and basically it is done in the Google Sheets app, and it is an Excel document, for lack of a better word, where you can input your schedule, and it keeps track of your classes. It lets you choose rewards for your individual students or your individual classes. Then it emails that to you as a PDF, so that then the next morning when you go to teach, or whenever you're teaching, you just pull up the PDF, click on the reward, and then it opens it up on your tablet or your phone or wherever you're using it. It generates feedback, and that is my favorite part about it, because once again, this is free. Unlike some other resources that you have to pay for feedback, this is free, and it generates feedback for you. You do have to tweak things, but you do on those other resources as well. So definitely worth it. And it tracks student info and the classes that you've taught. So it is a really, really great resource. It is awesome if you are into tracking things and planning things, and if you're a visual planner kind of person. Personally, for me, I definitely am. So being able to copy and paste my VIPKid schedule into a Google Sheets document, and then it just generates your planner for you, and then kind of generates like rewards for you to choose from and things like that, and feedback for all the classes. It really streamlines the planning process and the teaching process. Switching from class to class is super easy. You just click the next reward, and then you're good to go. You don't have to like pull things out of bags or boxes or bins or whatever before your next class. It's awesome. So that is kind of like a hidden gem. I always tell people, use the Google Slides Planner. It is free. You do not have to pay for it. It is a little less user-friendly than some of the paid programs, but it is definitely worth the time spending to figure it out and use it, since it is free. And then another thing that you can access from joining that Google Slides Facebook group is some extra goodies. So on your Google Slides Planner, if you already are a user of the Google Slides Planner, you can click the tab at the bottom that says Help and Bonus tabs. And y'all, I don't know if you knew this, but there are lots of files on there that are really useful. So there are templates and graphics to make more Google Slides rewards, if you want to do that, or more Google Slides props. There are just like general graphics. So there's dinos, all of the characters for VIPKid, Meg, Mike, Dino, like I said, all of the little monster guys, Pink Ball, all those guys. So you can print those out and use them as props. There are GIFs or GIFs on there that are super cute to use in your rewards and things like that. And there are lesson notes on that tab. So each lesson has lesson notes for it through the Google Slides Planner, and the wonderful people on the Google Slides Facebook group have put that together into a document that's easily accessible to you, and you can use those as your lesson notes. You may have to look over them and make sure they're up to date, because VIPKid always is changing things. So I know that not everything is up to date on there, but they are a great starting point, and it cuts down on a lot of work for you in terms of lesson notes and prepping for teaching. So overall, you should join the Google Slides Facebook group so that you can get access to all of those wonderful free things. And to do that, you basically just join the group on Facebook. I will leave a link in the description to do that. And once you do join, you'll be asked some questions. You'll have to go through like some videos they have to watch, but it's all worth it, because they do a really, really good job of making sure that you know what you're doing and you know how to use the resources that they're giving you. So definitely set aside some time to go through it all and learn it all, but definitely join that group. Like I said, I will leave the link below. All you have to do is click it, click join through your Facebook page, and then you'll start the process of going through and learning everything for the Google Slides Facebook group. All right, enough about Google. Google gets enough publicity anyway. So my third free resource for you for your classroom, you do not have to spend any money to get this resource, is Teacher Jennifer Anderson's website. If you don't know who Teacher Jennifer Anderson is, she is a brand ambassador with VIPKid. She's a wonderful human. She is funny. She makes great content on YouTube. She makes great content on Instagram. So go follow her. Go subscribe to her. She's amazing. But she also has an amazing website that has some free resources for you. So her website is VIPKidresources.com. And there's also a Facebook group for her resources as well. And I will link both of those in the description so you can check both of those out. But the website is where you can directly get all of the resources a little more easily. She recently made this website so that it is easier to get to the resources that they have. So on the home page, once you go to VIPKidresources.com, all you have to do is scroll down to where it says Hired Teachers, and then click Printable Props and Rewards. And there is a huge library of things. There are rewards, characters, teacher reference sheets, wonderful things like that. And the most wonderful thing on the website is that she has all of the rewards sorted into level specific. Now, to access this, you do have to go through a verification process, but it's super easy. So if you click on the level specific link on the website, it'll give you directions. Basically, you're just going to screenshot your portal and email it to someone, and then they will give you the password to access that part of the website so that you can access all of those level specific rewards. And I have access to it, so I have seen how it's laid out. It's super simple. It literally just has every level, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Some of them are more full than others just because, a lot more teachers teach level 2 interactive than they do level 7. So you're going to find a lot more resources for level 2 than you are going to find for level 7. But they are all laid out super easily. And if you go in there, there's not just rewards. There's props. There's reference sheets. Some of them even have lesson notes, things like that. And this is super helpful, especially if you are brand new to teaching a level, because I know this from experience. I just got certified in level 3, and I don't really know the content of the lessons very well. So I didn't know, what kind of props I needed, what kind of things I needed to show my students. And going into the level specific rewards section or the level specific prop section on her website kind of gave me an idea of what I'm going to have to use. And then I was able to print those out and be prepared before I started teaching the level 3 lessons. So if you are new to teaching a level, or if you are brand new to VIPKid teaching in general, that is a great resource to check out, and it is free. All right, so the next resource that I have for you that is super helpful and free is Teachers Pay Teachers. So Teachers Pay Teachers is basically a website where teachers create resources for other teachers. So it is full of teachers that are brick and mortar teachers, teachers that are online teachers like us, and administrators, everything in between that has to do with the world of teaching and education, and they all are creating resources for each other. Now, this is the resource that is not completely 100% free, just because some of the resources on Teachers Pay Teachers you have to pay for, but a lot of them are free because, we're a very giving community of teachers. But here's the thing, guys. So I am pretty much a big cheapskate most of the time. I'm that kind of person who adds $100 of things to my Amazon cart, and then I look at it and I'm like, never mind. I don't need to buy that. And then I put it all back, or I never buy it. And then, my husband looks at it and he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I don't know. Don't worry about it. Don't buy it. But on Teachers Pay Teachers, I do not feel guilty when I buy things because the money goes directly back to that teacher who created that resource. So you are helping to support other teachers in the teaching community. So whenever a teacher uploads a resource and puts it up for money on Teachers Pay Teachers, the website, the money goes directly to them when you purchase it. So it's kind of a guilt-free purchase because you are helping to support the teacher community, the VIPKid community, and it's a great feeling. So on this website, not everything is free, but when you do have to pay for things, it feels good because you're helping support other teachers. Now, to access the resources on this website, all you have to do is go to teacherspayteachers.com, and then if you do not already have an account, there is a little link in the top right hand corner that says join us. You click on that, you create your free account, and then you can start browsing all of the resources on the website. Some good keywords to look up are VIPKid, that's a great keyword, and ESL, which is another great keyword that will lead you to some resources that will be most useful to you. I also have my own Teachers Pay Teachers store with a lot of my resources, well, all of my resources in it. My name on Teachers Pay Teachers is the at-home educator, Teacher Brittany. So you can type that in and it'll pull up some of my resources. Or if you go to my website, athomeeducatorpodcast.com, and click on the resources tab, I have all of my Teachers Pay Teachers resources, as well as my favorite free Teachers Pay Teachers resources from other teachers on Teachers Pay Teachers. Sorry, I'm saying that like 10,000 times. But that is on the resources tab. You can just click on whatever interests you. It'll take you to directly that page, and then you can download it from there. And I will leave the links for all of those things in the description as well. But it is definitely something that you want to check out. And the great thing is that once you kind of are involved in the community and you've seen what some of the resources are like, maybe you can start creating some resources yourself, and then other teachers can help support you by purchasing or downloading your resources on Teachers Pay Teachers. So not only is this mostly a free resource for you, but it can also help make you some extra cash as well. So definitely check it out, give it a try, and explore. It has some great things on there. All right, guys, so we are at the last free resource that I have for you today. And this one is, I would argue, the most accessible. So the last free resource that I want to share with you is the library tab on the VIPKid Teachers Portal. Yep, that's right. Right in your Teachers Portal, there are free resources for you to use. So all you have to do is log into your Teacher Portal, and then at the top, there is a tab that says resources. If you hover over that, a little drop-down menu will come down, and there is an option that says library. Click on that option. Once you do, it will take you to a page with a ton of resources that VIPKid has created for us to use. But the one that I enjoy most and that I get the most use out of in terms of like classroom supplies is the downloadable resources section. So if you scroll all the way down, it's usually at the bottom of the page. There is a section that says downloadable resources, and there are lots of things on there that VIPKid has created for us to use. There are reward systems for holidays. There's things for Chinese New Year. There was special Easter ones. I'm sure that as more holidays come, they will come out with more holiday rewards. There are flashcards there, so they have specific flashcards for the different trial courses. So if you are certified to teach trials, that might be something you want to look into, so you are 100% prepared to do those. There are flashcards for specific levels, so level 2, level 3. There are lots of things on there, so check that out, and all you have to do is click on the resource that you want to look at, and then it gives you instructions on how to download it. You have to click like a little external link tab and then download it onto your computer. They're all very high quality, and the great thing is that that they're all VIPKid approved because they're distributed and created by VIPKid. So if you have a certification course coming up or something like that, it might be good to check it out because that's something that VIPKid approves of and that will probably be acceptable to use in your certification. There are also other great resources there as well, not just printable resources for your classroom. There are videos and written things about the theory and curriculum of different levels, which as a curriculum theory junkie, that was always my favorite part of education as a brick and mortar teacher and as a person going through education school. I love reading about that because I think it really helps me understand more like the flow of the lessons, what the students are trying to learn, how we should be teaching them, what our goals are for their output, what our goals are for our output, things like that. So I love checking out that resource tab. There's also new teacher advice. So if you are a new teacher to VIPKid, they have a lot of brand ambassador videos. They have helpful tips on things like lighting, backgrounds, all of that good stuff. So you should check that out. And they have workshop info. So some of the workshops, they have taken kind of condensed them and put them into like a readable / watchable little snippet that's posted on there. So instead of taking the workshop, which you still should if you can, because that's obviously going to be better and more enriching. But instead of taking the workshop, if you don't have time or if you missed it, you can look on there and check out what you missed. So again, that is a free resource. It is on your teacher's portal, and I feel like it is not talked about enough. There are lots of people behind the scenes making all these resources, including VIPKid teachers. So it's definitely worth checking out and going and giving them some credit, right? We have all of these external resources, but we're not using our internal resources. So definitely check it out, explore, and use what VIPKid has given to you to your advantage as well. And it's free, so you don't have to go spend $200 at the Target, right? You can just click in your teacher's portal, print some stuff out, and then you're golden. You're good to go. All right, guys. And that is it. Those are all of the 5 resources that I have for you. Obviously, there are more than 5 helpful resources, but those are my top 5, and those are the 5 that I can think of that are free or mostly free, so that you all crazy people stop spending all of your money. Stop spending all of your money. Use these free resources, okay? So just to recap, the resources that I have shared today were Teachers Pay Teachers, Google Drive, the Google Slides Facebook group, Jennifer Anderson's website, and the library tab on VIPKid. So like I said before, I will leave links to all of those in the description below so you can check them out. And if you know any other free resources, please share, comment so other people can see, or message me and then I can share with other people. And I would love to know other free resources because like I said before, I'm kind of a cheapskate. So anything that's free, I'm interested in. And like I said, that is it, you guys. So remember to teach regularly, play often, and live your best life. And stop spending all of your hard-earned money at Target, guys. Use free resources. Okay, I will talk to you guys next week. Have a good one. Goodbye.